You had the ball on a string this morning.
Oh, I didn't.
So, yes, you did. You were showing me very proudly that you got best on ground on Sports TG. So, welcome, Juddy.
Oh, thanks.
How you going, mate?
Yeah, good. Thanks for having me, Buzz. I actually just got a message from a mate to actually have a look on the internet about that. I wasn't deliberately looking at it in front of you. It was just a bit of a coincidence.
No, I think you might have deliberately got it up. Players just making their way out of position, so we've timed this pretty nicely. We've seen South Barwon and Leopold once each, I think, this year.
Seen Leopold twice.
Leopold twice, excuse me. Who's your tip, mate, today after seeing both teams this year?
Is it? Oh, it's going to be a ripping game. Saw your AFL Barwon post, so I picked South Barwon for that because they were against it, 60% to 40, so I'll go South Barwon. But it should be a very tight game.
Should be. Leopold aren't quite at full strength. I'll just run you quickly through some names. Jai Thompson, Kev Burke, Mitch Patton, Sam Hughes, Tom Gordon, all unavailable, as are Jonty Broughton and Lockie Noble for South Barwon due to Vic Country under-19s duty. Lockie Noble was actually co-captain on that side too. So
great achievement.
Both sides, are missing a few key players, but forgetting that, it should be an absolutely cracking game. Leopold and South Barwon. Of course, South Barwon coach Dave Farrell, former assistant at Leopold during their premiership year. Should be a great contest. Round 8 of the GFL underway, and it's Trent West and Luke Davis to get us underway in the ruck, and it's West, as he's done all year, with a dominant hit out straight away to get the ball moving. Numbers fly in. Herbert's over the top. First stoppage of the afternoon. A few jumper number changes out there for Leopold. We'll run through them in a second for you if you're wondering why there's a few players wearing some high numbers this afternoon. Paddled forward, nice hands from Saunders to Sexton. His kick smothered by Exel. Sexton goes to work again. They're still in the middle of the ground. The ball up. Played 30 seconds.
Definitely going to be one in the midfield today, Buzz. Lots of important work for the ruckmen, especially with Western form.
Spot on. There he is again, just a little backhander. There's Louis Herbert. Wonderful tackle. How about his game last week, Wilbur? Louis Herbert against North Shore. 41 touches, 10 marks, 2 tackles, 7 clearances, 8 inside 50s, 8 rebound 50s, and 3 goals.
3 goals, about to say.
That's a fair day.
Oh, there was about
Not sure
5
you get
of them.
better than that.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Extraordinary. West palms it down to Thompson. You can already see the contested nature of this game. Marcus Thompson wrapped up in a very strong, I think it's Josh Saunders over the top there, tackle.
Looks like.
Dom Sliwa as well.
Still going at it, the boys. Already been 5 tackles early on. Ball hasn't actually moved inside 50 for either team yet, right in the centre square still.
Ball's moved about 3 metres, I reckon.
Yep.
In a minute and a half. Davis went early, got right in the back of Trent West, and will finally get the game to break open a little. Trent West with the footy. Kicks to half forward. Driver's got position A. He takes good mark against Maloney.
Read it well. Drive did.
Absolutely. Has good hands. Driver goes very short to Woods. Approaching game 200, the South Barwon veteran. That's not his best, though. Kick was smothered, but Davis mopped up. Back to Woods. Driver forced to snap on the left foot. Pepper does a good job ahead of Sliwa. Strong tackle by Pitcher on centre wing with another ball up. Just a few positional things for you. Jai Cross has got Andrew Bosey, the GFL leading goal kicker. That's as you'd expect. Ethan Baker, surprisingly, though, playing as the deepest line forward.
Yeah, very different.
South Barwon is usually a starting midfielder, isn't he? So
definitely.
Bit of a change. West won it down. Strong tackle by Herbert on Scott. That's of the Sam variety. Shoveled out away from Marcus Thompson. Here is Herbert. Quick snap only as far as Pitcher. Down the line. Driver wants the banjo line and he'll find it ahead of Maloney. So 2.5 minutes gone. Either side yet to score.
Leopold already dominant in the ruck. Hit out to 5-0 so far, Buzz.
There you go. Ruck combination of Luke Davis and Andrew Jarvis trying to combat, I would say, the GFL's best ruckman in Trent West this afternoon. Got a nice stat for you in a second on that too, Wilbur, as the play continues. Out towards Scott, who's worried out of it. He's South Barwon player was dumped over the line. I think it was Sexton with a throw in. Just on those ruckman, Wilbur, thanks to the TAC stat tracker, Trent West had 262 hit-outs for the season, and Luke Davis and Andrew Jarvis combined have had 283.
Wow,
So that just shows.
Staggering stack.
And Jarvis and Davis are splitting their time as the two ruckmen, so it's extraordinary. We've got the trainers coming out here.
Oh yeah, he's definitely knocked out this player.
There's a bit of concern around him too. I didn't quite catch who it was, Will, but I don't know if you did.
No, I actually didn't, unfortunately. But
he's got the black boots. It might be Matt Caldo, maybe. I don't want to preempt this. Just trying to figure out who's got the black boots on. The trainers are obstructing our view. Did you catch the incident, Will?
No, I didn't.
There's a lot of bodies around it. We didn't.
Yeah, it was
couldn't quite see.
very tightly congested and lots of pushing and shoving so far from either side.
It's Ollie Lee is the man, actually, Wilbur. The Swan midfielder. He did move slightly then, so that's a good sign. I think they've called for the stretcher. Have they not? Yeah. So a bit of a break in play here. That's not what you want to see.
It's definitely not ideal. Not the way to start the game, but both sides can regroup. Jarvis really got to try and win some of these clearances for South Barwon. They're down 2-0 so far, but I tell you, if they can get a couple of clearances inside 50, it's been all Leopold early, so if they can get just the one inside 50, usually luck's a fortune in this game and usually can kick goal, which Leopold haven't been able to do yet.
Yeah, spot on, mate. There is a fair bit of concern about Ollie Lee. He's moving slightly, which I guess is a good thing. That, as we say, I'm not sure if he was knocked out or not. I assume they're worried about his head and his neck.
Yeah.
Which is always the issue in these sort of things. He's to his feet, which is good to see. He does look a little dazed, so
Stretch won't be used, which is
that's a good sign that he's able to walk off under his own power. It does look like he has copped a head knock the way he's just
bit gruggy,
staggering off there. This is not the day, Will, that you want to be down a man on the bench.
No.
Talk about, does it make a difference being this hot? You played this morning. Does it make a difference?
Yeah, we lost a player, unfortunately, broken ankle, and really made a difference. We had only 18 on the field, no bench, and these hot conditions can really hurt your own side.
Yeah, it's an unusually warm day in Geelong here for the start of June. It's quite warm, unseasonal.
Yeah, definitely need the water getting out for each player.
Oh yeah, the water boys will be.
Unfortunately, we didn't have
flogging
any
today. Didn't have a water boy.
No, we had our trainer, but he wasn't able to get there because he had to help out our player, unfortunately.
No good. There's a whistle here. It's going the way of Hayden.
I think it was for holding the ball.
Hayden shows a bit. Young man drives it inside 50. 2-on-1 contest. Driver comes late. Boyd tries to control the footy. Francis tucked in against the boundary. Quick kick, but only goes out in the full. So good start by Leopold here. They'll have another inside 50.
It was good pressure there, but Francis probably could have just run it over the line. Tried to play the percentages instead of trying to kick it under pressure.
Looks like Sam Boyd out in that outer side.
He's played on.
Improves the angle from 45. Sam Boyd to the near side in the opening score of the afternoon. Couldn't get a sixth goal for the season, Sam Boyd.
7 minutes gone as well.
Yep, so just the one behind for Leopold. South Barwon are yet to score. Short ball. They made a mess of this early, South Barwon. Francis under all sorts of pressure. Leopold directly in front here. Huge opportunity for them early doors. It's in a fantastic position for them. Tossed up. One down by Jarvis. Hayden copped a nasty bounce. Maloney was ridden into the back or got a high tackle. One or the other.
It's definitely a free kick. They paid a high tackle in the end.
John Maloney made a good start to life as a Leopold player. Coming across this season with his cousin Alex, who's come back to the club, of course. Had a good game last week against St Joey's, did Joel Maloney.
They weren't too bad. South Barwon, they really fought hard against a really good St Joey's team.
Maloney likes it immediately. Straight through, first blood to the Lions. They're 1-1-7. South Barwon are yet to score. We've played just over 8 minutes opening term.
Once again there, Buzz, just the dominance in the clearance early on. Just obviously conceding a goal there. South Barwon already up to 4 clearances to 0, unfortunately, for South Barwon. Just a really big role for these ruckmans for South Barwon. Tough task against Trent West, and they get lots of inside 50s, which you've seen when they played Grovedale here, that might be very difficult.
Got Andrew Jarvis in the ruck now against West. Luke Davis has gone as the deepest lying forward to the goal square. Herbert shovels it out towards Mulroney. Gathers it. Was stripped of it. Madigan does a good job. To Jarvis, who chips inside 50. Cartlidge did a good job, but Herbert just streams through and kicks a goal. How good was that?
That was sensational play. Like I said earlier, Buzz, Leopold could have all the inside 50s, all I guess the dominance, and then just that little inside 50 and a goal, just like that for South Barwon. Great play from Bosley.
Wonderful pick up from Louis Herbert. The pace he attacked that ball with, extraordinary. He's in good form, as we mentioned. Got named in the Vic Country squad earlier this week, the senior side, along with Andrew Bosley, Marcus Thompson as well, another player out here this afternoon for Leopold. In that squad, 15 GFL players.
That was great. That
was far more than any other side in Victoria, which
the second best was Goulburn Valley with 10, I think.
Yeah, so good to see a good spread of GFL talent being recognised. Baker with the smother. We're still in the middle of the ground. Richards gang tackled by 2.
And pinned him.
Jeez, that was a hot call. It'll be Marcus Thompson to extract it. Wobbles one towards Boyd, but Caldo's on the scene early. His ball's too hot for Sexton, who's forced to just punch it and hopefully get towards the line, and it does. Comes off Maloney's knee, but it won't be given out on the full.
It was a good result there for Sexton. Was up against it with 3 opposition players.
So the heart of centre wing. Good crowd in at Leopold here under the shade. The ball comes out. Cartlidge, but Herbert, look at the pace, and the delivery to Davis is even better. Luke Davis marks 45 out. He's got Bosley streaming towards goal, and he goes short. Oh no, Baker lost his footing at the critical moment. He can still steady and kick. No score.
Play.
Fell short in the end of everyone. Through for a minor score.
Missed opportunity there. Davis should have went back for the goal.
Tend to agree, Wilbur. Baker just lost his footing. This is about his... Going to claim the mark. Pepper for Leopold at half back. Feigns a bit of candy. That was nicely done. Chipping ball over the top, but Davis gets in the way of Lucas Boyd. Swings it wide to Madigan. He's 60 from home. Doyle Madigan towards Blair. Went early. Got a good piece of it too. No mark given. Have a ball up.
Would have been a great mark there by Blair.
He's known for his high flying.
They're 4 inside 50, South Barwon. Really good delivery from all 4 of them.
Absolutely, Wilbur. Paddled towards the boundary. Kept in by Exel. From his teeth of his own goal. Kick wide. Picked up now. To centre wing towards Boyd against Caldo. Falls fortuitously to Patton. Riley tackled. Back to Sam Boyd now. Driver reads it best against Maloney. Does a good job. His kick isn't his best. Chopped off by the man who kicked it to him in Sam Boyd. He's just backward of centre wing. Sam Boyd just pops it up. Very high ball. Flies were wanted. The ball falls to ground level. And we will have a ball up, just repeating that score that you can see on the bottom left of your screen. Thanks to Red Onion, 1-1-7 apiece. 12 and a half minutes gone in the first quarter. Just keep a look. Riley Hayden might be running with Josh Saunders today, Wilbur. That's something to keep an eye on.
I sort of noticed that.
He did do the job on, who was it when we watched him against Newtown? Did he not have a run with Roll that day as well?
Oh, he might have. I honestly can't remember. Or actually, was it Matty McMahon?
I think it was.
In the first half?
I think it was, yep. Slick movement by South Barwon here in the hands of Saunders. He got it from Sexton. His kick's far too hot for Driver, but has time. And then wobbles one towards Mulroney, who shows a nice pair of hands.
A new recruit back from an injury. It's his debut, you said, Buzz.
Yep, sure is. Been struggling with a foot injury, I believe it was. A lower leg at least. He's come from Koroit, won 4 premierships in a row for Koroit. To the GFL this year, chisels one to
Wow.
Dwyer. That was a bullet.
Delivery's been great by South Barwon early inside 50. Already the 3 marks inside 50 from 5 inside 50s. Going 80%. This is real good stuff.
Further to that, Will, last week they had 62 inside 50s and 45 scoring shots from that, which is a really high percentage.
Definitely.
You don't usually see teams having that high percentage. Of course, they weren't playing quite the opposition they are today, but nonetheless, it's a pretty good ratio. Anyway, Riley Dwyer comes in, kicks the goal. A second for the Swans. 2-1-13, they lead Leopold 1-1-7. That's thanks to Harvey Norman and Red Onion.
South Barwon really just been able to use the corridor around the wings.
Oh, we've got a whistle here too. There's a scrap on, Wilbur. Fair scrap too. I'm not sure which way it's going at the moment. Have a look. It's Josh Saunders at the bottom of that, and he'll get a free kick for it too. No, sorry, it's going the way of Tom Ruggles. Leopold free kick, is it? No one knows.
It's a 50, I believe. Oh, it's they're just going to take it
back to the middle of the ground. So long ball from Ruggles after all that commotion. Jai Walker wobbles one towards the goal square. Sam Boyd, can he collect cleanly? He does, and left foot snap is through for a goal. They're going for goal here at Leopold. We're tied up once again.
It's great footy to watch here, but just uncalled for discipline there by the South Barwon player. We didn't really get to catch who it was, but was a little bit unlucky, I would have thought, because both sides were fighting each other. But as South Barwon were kicking their goal, Buzz, I did see Pepper getting into, I think it was Bosley, really just trying to nudge him under as he's their key forward.
Couple of red nuts getting into each other. So we're all tied up. Good game of footy so far. 2-1-13 apiece. Maloney and Davis in the ruck this time, and it's the South Barwon man who gets it out. Saunders ridden into the turf and holding the footy. Very strong tackle from Maloney.
Did he have prior though, do you reckon?
Wasn't a heap, Will, but I've seen worse paid, that's for sure.
Definitely has been hot footy so far.
Alex Maloney to half forward. Sliwa's got best position. He marks pretty comfortably. Hot day for the longie. Driver streaming away towards Blair, who jumps early. Oh, and ridden into the turf. That was a strong... Maloney came pretty hard at him.
It was quite intentional, I would have thought.
I think so. Blair with a free kick anyway. Oh, and the kick smothered. They still have the numbers. O'Neill. Handball was a bit hot for him. Hayden. Hands were clean to Ruggles. Look at him dance through traffic. Tom Ruggles. But he's caught. Fantastic tackle from Mulroney. He's made a quick start to his life as a GFL footballer.
Couple of flashy touches so far from him.
Short ball to Sexton. Look at that for a delivery, Will. You speak about the delivery. That was a chest-high bullet.
Do you remember commentating him against St. Joey's, and his effectiveness wasn't as great, but really good start for him there.
Cross intercepted the Sexton kick to Hayden. The kick isn't great. Caldo ran it off the boot best. Matty Caldo on centre wing. Short ball is neat enough to Dylan. His kick also smothered. Maloney gets out of one, but can't get it through a second tackle. Holding the footy.
I believe it was Sexton with the tackle.
He's a hard man to get through. Dylan to Saunders. Funny looking ball to Herbert. His hands were clean. Mulroney kicks from behind. Pressing hard here, South Barwon. They take a 1-point lead. Pitcher goes quickly to Trent Thompson. He takes them up now. We're in the zinc this afternoon. Nice to see him being sun smart.
I have to wear the zinc every training session.
Marcus Thompson swings it wide.
Only the third mark by Leopold as well, Buzz.
Reuter went short to McHenry. Not a heap on, so just squares it up to Pitcher. Much to kick to here for the Lions. They're just forced to play a bit of kick to kick at the moment. Pitcher, it's a clever kick. Found McHenry in the 57 today, not the 23. Short ball's nice to Walker, who plays on. Dances one way and the other. Dwyer came quickly to get out of trouble. Kick down the line is nice. Off the chain is Ruggles, who drives one inside 50 to West, who sticks his knee through Cunningham. South Barwon emerged with it. Driver got it off Davis. Swings it very wide to Bosley, who goes to one hand. Couldn't take the mark. Numbers with Leopold. Exel goes back to pitcher. Neat ball to Thompson. Marcus Thompson right in front of us.
Dangerous ball, but
It is a dangerous ball, but Boyd's got good hands, so he usually does. Dropped it there. Caldo's hands were good. Meanwhile, to Sliwa, inside 50 to Blair. It was a 3-on-1. Cross takes the mark. What are the inside 50s at the moment, Will?
it is 8 apiece from that inside 50 from South Barwon.
There you go.
So that's been real tight affair since Leopold were on top early.
Geez, Ruggles taking a fair bit of P155 there, just wheeling onto the left foot. Why not? Right's a bit easy. West to Scott. High up and under footy. Drive went back with the flight. Couldn't complete the mark. Boyd with a little dribbler. The left foot through for a minor score.
If Jason Dunstall saw that, wouldn't be very happy.
We're tied up again. 2-2-14 apiece. Thank you to Red Onion and Harvey Norman. Hot start to this one. That's for sure. Woods goes quickly to Herbert, who shows a very, very clean pair of heels. Louis Herbert. Much on. Is forced to go down the line. Heads towards Richards, Blair and Mulraney. Blair jumps about 2 weeks too early, Will. Exel. Thompson does a good job, but coughs it up. Herbert runs out of room. Got a boundary thrown right in front of the Leopold faithful.
Has looked lively. Jared Blair, he's able to... Not Jared Blair. Brett Blair, apologies. Not the Magpies player. Has been able to fly though and make a contest.
Yep. Absolutely.
Definitely made the Leopold players have to go up and make a contest.
He's got Cooper Cartledge for company. West kicks one up the chimney. Down to Hayden, who's been good. Scott. High footy. Walker takes the diving chest mark. Jai Walker.
Had a good season.
He has, Will. Tries to get inside Sexton. Not advisable. McHenry has time. Kicks on the left foot inside 50. Flies again. Woods comes down with it to Driver. Forced to kick it hurriedly on the left boot. Pepper was spoiled away from him. And lays a strong tackle and have the ball up. 21 minutes gone opening term.
Possession's real tight as well. 36 kicks apiece and Leopold lead by 1 handball. So, can't split it at the moment.
Yep.
And you can't split the scoreboard either.
It's been a cracking start to this one. The ball's out of play again. Just looking out here for any key matchups. Other than the ones we've mentioned, everything's pretty much as you would expect at the moment. Matchup-wise, West dominantly down, but straight out of play away from Ethan Baker.
Jarvis and Davis have been able to nullify Trent West lately with their rucks. Leopold leading 10-4, and the clearance is 6-2, so they've been able to catch up.
There's another hit out to Trent West, Wilbur. Over the top. Bit of a scrap inside Leopold's forward 50 here. We'll have another ball up. As Ryan Dillon went flying out of there.
Yeah.
A few players covered in mud already. That middle must be pretty cut up.
Did see Marcus Thompson early on with the mud, so...
Goes against the conditions, really.
Yeah,
it's a perfect day, but there's quite a few players bathed in it already. Pepper is tackled strongly. Jeez, look at Woods just storm his way through. Drives one out of there, but Leopold have the ball for the time being. Is that a free kick against O'Neill? It is. Does Pepper take the advantage? He does. Not sure what he was doing, and the umpire's called it back. Ooh, I think he got a bit lucky there, Will.
Definitely. Don't know what Pepper was thinking there. As you said, he just thought he had a bit more time, but then definitely unlucky for South Barwon.
Tom Scott, distance just beyond him, so just pokes it up to the teeth of goal. Goes through for a behind. It's a free kick actually to Driver. So no score will count. So we're still tied up 14 apiece. Driver with the free kick on the goal line.
Leopold.
Goes very short towards. Made him work for it.
Do say he's not the greatest kick as well, so.
Oh, look, if he kicks for my life, I'd be worried.
Well, there you go.
But he's having a good year, though.
Yep.
All jokes aside.
37 touches, was it, last
37
week?
last week. Career best for him. Herbert had 41 and Saunders had 33, so you get the idea of the day South Barwon had. Ball comes down to Patton. McHenry does a good job. Sliwa did it.
Read that well.
Speaking of good jobs, came in quickly. Cross beats Bosley to it. Blair, was he held on to? Yes, he was, according to the umpire. Now the race is on back to goal here. Look at this, Will. It's just a genuine foot race between Bosley and Cross to get back to the goal square. They're a bit slow, so Sexton looks to be playing a bit further up the field today. Lovely kick to Baker, who takes the mark 40 out.
Did do well there, the Leopold players that hold him up to, I guess, try and get back into their position, especially with Cross on Bosley, but knee kick from Sexton finds Baker.
It's usually a pretty good set shot. Ethan Baker, I don't think the distance will be an issue. It's just a matter of accuracy. Look out for the celebration too, Wilbur. He sniffs a goal.
Looks pretty good.
And he comes. Have a look at him. Just
Yeah,
watch
exactly.
him. Gets around himself and then goes towards the teammates. Ethan Baker, South Barwon's third goal. Wonderful contest here at the moment at Leopold.
25 minutes gone.
There we go. So heading towards quarter time. It's 3-2-20 South Barwon now. Leopold 2-2-14.
South Barwon +4 in marks, 17 to 13 at the moment, Buzz. They've just been able to try and use a lot more uncontested footy compared to Leopold's contested game at the moment, but has been tightly congested. But once South Barwon are able to win the clearance, they're able to hit nice targets inside the middle of the square.
Yeah, they have been a bit cleaner going forward, haven't they? So Baker, the goal kicker, kicks to half forward. Blair was nudged under it. Clever by McHenry. He looks to square the ball up. He goes very wide. Dangerous kick though, Bosley got the fist in, but gave away the free kick. We're going to Reuter.
Leopold +2 for free kicks, 6 to 4.
Max Reuter. 2 games this season, his third this afternoon. Thompson to Pepper. Has McHenry further if he wants. Goes shorter than that. Finds Cooper Carledge. Good young player. Looks towards this broadcast side to the wing. Francis does a good job against Sam Boyd. Ruggles bundled over the line and out of play. Just repeating that score that you can see on your screen. 3-2-20 South Barwon to Leopold 2-2-14. Goal in it. Tossed in Milky, be happy, Will. The boundary umpires come in, so can make the distance. Jarvis. Thompson, look at that.
Wow.
Just found space where there was none. And his kick is chopped off by Driver. He's had a few marks already.
Has had lots of intercept marks, Driver.
Wobbly looking kick though to half back. Sexton made it look a lot better than what it was. Handball to Saunders, who's got some pace to burn. His handball to Sexton wasn't great. Coughs it up, Driver. Can he be clean? No, he can't. Thumb with the footy at a dangerous time. Ball's a centre half forward for Leopold. Numbers come now. Hayden wrapped up quickly. With the ball up.
Just need to be clean there, Driver, unfortunately. Bit of perceived pressure out, a little bit more time than he probably thought, which caused the turnover there, but they did well to mop it up.
Yeah, Leopold could have easily got the ball forward there. Throw it up now, West. Dominantly down. Maloney, was he caught high? Umpire calls play on and said he ducked. Stripped of it by Herbert. Another ball up. 27.5 gone, nearly 28 actually.
South Barwon 16 tackles to Leopold's 15. Nice and tightly congested at the moment. Very, very similar stats all round for both sides.
Jarvis up early against West that time. Bundled forward by Reuter. And there's the mark taken, not quite by Boyd. The quick snap from Walker. Sneaks through. No, behind, says the goal umpire. Touched the post, it must have. Looked good off the boot, but just kissed the padding.
It was almost a perfect off spinner there, but just wasn't enough.
Was. How do your offies come out? Will? Not good?
Not great, I'm more of a leg spinner.
Leggy?
Yeah,
There
I'd
you go.
sort of throw it if I did an off spin, to be honest.
Barely. Quick kick to driver, another mark. Goes over the top to Hogan. Chipping ball to Herbert. Had to stretch, missed the mark. Scott dances inside Jarvis. Kick was pretty good to Maloney, but Sexton emerges with it. Just handballs towards the line. Jarvis is happy to see it over. And we will have a throw in as we reach the dying stages of this opening term. Interesting, Andrew Bosley playing pretty high here.
Has been
three.
playing across, or very close to the
Yeah,
boundary line, not
there's
as that go-to in the middle.
3 forwards deeper than him at the moment, which is interesting considering he's kicked the most goals of anyone in the comp. Francis, strong fist. Handball underground. Ruggles found a way through a boot at it as well. Boyd, 1, 2, 3. Does he pay the mark? No. Still wriggles clear, and Sam Boyd kicks the goal. Leopold retake the lead.
Really good effort there by Ruggles to win that contested footy. Just get a quick kick forward, makes a hell of a difference. Just getting it out of that contest, and Boyd was able to kick a sensational goal with a snap.
Absolutely. So on the Harvey Norman and Red Onion scoreboard, 3-3-21 to 3-2-20. That's Leopold in front. Cannot be long left in this
No.
opening term.
Clearances are starting to hurt South Barn as well. Leopold 9 to South Barn 4.
Nice. We'll keep an eye on that. It's a pretty good midfield group in there for South Barn. Mulroney having a run in there now alongside Herbert and Saunders. Leopold have got Scott, Thompson, Hayden. Thompson, Hayden, Scott and West, excuse me. So pretty good midfield groups for either side. 30 minutes ticks by in this opening term. A fantastic opening quarter of footy. It really has been.
Definitely believe Riley Hayden is doing a tagging role on Josh Saunders as well, Buzz.
What are we waiting on here, Wilbur?
Possibly
Lost the footy?
possibly a... Oh yeah, actually, I thought he was running off with a blood rule, but yeah, they did lose the footy.
Yeah, it's gone flatter, they've lost it. I don't think the ball went that far, did it?
No, actually, think about it now, it probably was maybe a flat ball, but who knows.
Brand new Sharon. Jeez, how good was that ruck work from West down to Thompson? Another clearance and the one-hander from Ruggles, a Harvey Norman highlight. Tom Ruggles. Fantastic grab.
Not a bad time to take a one-handed mark. He's such a fine player. He can play anywhere. He's the perfect utility, mid, back and forward in this potent Leopold lineup, and that was their first mark inside 50 for the quarter as well, Buzz.
Jeez, there you go.
From
That is
17
surprising.
entries.
Sort of stuff Will Spence brings to you. So Tom Ruggles from the paint of 50. Kicks towards goal. Is it touched? The goal umpire's gone flying. He won't have any idea what's happened here. And the goal umpire's actually called... the field umpire has come to the rescue there. And it's called touched after all that.
It's probably unlucky for the Leopold players. It almost did look like it had the carry, but
Yeah.
unfortunately we don't have a score review system, although it's in the AFL, but
Probably good we don't.
hasn't
after
been
the
working
way,
out.
the way it's been going. Herbert's, it's a poor kick. Hayden swoops in, takes the mark. Doing a good job, Riley Hayden. Kicks to half forward. Walker, thumped clear from him. Woods, loopy handball, look out. O'Neill was wrapped up quickly. Woods comes at Marcus Thompson, the two number threes there. Woods again, Saunders. Burst clear, just kicks to space. Dwyer and Pepper. Dwyer, was he ridden into the back? No, says the umpire. Madigan there to help and the ball over the line.
Drive did well there to mop up, because he did go to ground, but possibly could have been a free kick in the back, but it looked like the Leopold player was able to get free there with Pepper.
All in the heart of centre wing. Pepper's gone straight into the rooms there, Will. I don't know if you caught that. He's just walked off the ground and straight up into the room, so we'll keep an eye on that. He didn't look he was carrying anything. He's just he walked straight off the ground, up
He
the
was
race and straight into the rooms.
He did slide down with drives, possibly maybe a finger or
Yeah.
might have got caught. I'm not too sure, but
I don't think it was anything with his legs. He looked like he was walking all right, so
yeah,
maybe it was upper body. See if he emerges in the second quarter when that starts in a few moments' time. Pitcher tackled over the line with the throw-in. So great start to this one. 3-4-22 Leopold, South Barwon 3-2-20. Nearly 34 minutes played.
That's
In
been a
terms of
long
course, we
quarter.
did have Ollie Lee stay down for a while, so that will come into consideration, of course. Hard to pick a winner in that ruck contest. Bundled clear. Dylan's in 65 at number 2 now. He's had a jumper change. Bit of blood perhaps on that. And right on the quarter time siren. Fantastic opening quarter of footy, and it's Leopold with the lead. 3-4-22 over South Barwon 3-2-20. We'll be back in a few moments with the second quarter. welcome back to Leopold. Fantastic opening quarter. Was 2 between home side and South Barwon. 2 points is the margin. Leopold's way. Fantastic contest we've got on our hands here. Will Spence and Josh Conway with you this afternoon. Second quarter underway. All thanks to Harvey Norman and Red Onion. West wins it down to Scott. Kick wide. Reuter does a reasonable job of picking it up. Davis's kick though was chopped off by Cartledge, who drives it to half forward. Good looking kick to Walker, who marks. Jai Walker looks up. 55 from home, Jai Walker. Chiseling ball towards Ruggles, why wouldn't you? Hogan emerges with it, tackled strongly and dumped and holding the ball.
Good pressure early from Leopold. That was a neat kick from Walker, but just wasn't taken. But great follow-up tackle by the Leopold player. And Scott.
Yep, it's Tom Scott, the recipient of the free kick.
Was good against Newtown a couple of weeks ago when we watched him.
He was. Yep, spot on. Good kick from about 35. Tom Scott. Across the face.
Did you hear that buzz?
Score. Did not, Will. What are you referring to, mate?
I think it was Tom Scott who was celebrating. He said, "Come on," and
Oh no. Went the early crow.
bit of premeditation and didn't work out.
Come on, Scotty.
It was either Scotty or it was a Leopold player, I know that for sure.
There we go. There are a few early celebrators going around at the moment,
It's always a good
which
one.
I like.
It's always funny.
I like the confidence.
Yeah.
Woods. Kicks towards us and to Herbert. Got 2 hands to it, couldn't complete the mark.
Good follow-up tackle.
Absolutely. Great vantage point for us here. Right in front of us, 3 points. The margin. Tossed up. The Ruckman play nil or draw. Dillon, Saunders, Davis. Dances inside one, had to be quick. Nothing doing. Geez, Dillon's being absolutely mauled at the back of this stoppage, Wilbur.
I was about to actually say that before, Buzz, when that big tackle was happening on Bowes, I think it was, and yeah, it was
Geez, I'm not
a bit
sure
unlucky
how
there.
He didn't get a free kick, he was
Definitely.
being headlocked. Saunders, Mulroney, Herbert. Bit of class in that sentence. The kick's nice too to Dwyer. There's acreage for Bosley to work into here. The kick, does it favour him? It does, and Andrew Bosley regains the lead for the Swans. And another ball gone, I reckon, Wilbur.
And I just outlined, you can see the red ball in the tree there.
Oh no.
I think that's why.
So the other ball's stuck in the tree. Another one's
probably going to be gone for a bit.
in Grovedale.
He
Oh,
definitely
come on,
wanted
Bose.
definitely wanted to make a statement.
Got to be better than that. He's got to think. Already lost one good footy. Anyway, lovely transition from South Barwon. And they lead by 3 points, 4-2-26 to 3-5-23.
It was a perfect kick. Yeah. Out to Bosley, just sat perfectly for him, and it was a great effort from Mulroney as well with that nice little 45 kick.
He's been good, hasn't he?
He has been good debut
Just
early.
played his first game for the season last week in the reserves and straight into the seniors.
Tells
So
something.
no rushing,
Says
no mucking around. There was the opportunity, though, of course, today with, as I mentioned, Noble and Broughton not playing. It frees up a few points, which he is. I think he's a 4-pointer, might even be a 5.
Would be definitely a fair few.
He'd at least be 4, I'd say, Taylor Rainey. So,
Still waiting for the ball as well.
yeah, gee, that's annoying. Annoys me, Will.
Me car's out there as well, so hopefully didn't get hit.
Oh no, brand new Sharon right on the car. I wonder if they have another. They probably wouldn't have another. You know, would they? They would surely. They'd have to have another ball, wouldn't they? They'd have 2 spares, wouldn't they?
You'd expect so, but
They probably don't want to use them
I
all
tell you, they wouldn't expect it to happen.
because
So.
they're not cheap.
No.
Those brand new Blood Toyota footies. All the players.
They are trying to.
All the players are in position here, hands on hips, and we've got 2 balls. One's up a tree, and one's
It's probably on the highway.
Halfway to Grovedale. It probably is. It's at the pizza shop over the road. What's the pizza shop over the road? You know what I mean, anyway.
Yeah, is it pizza with attitude or?
Oh, I reckon it's something else, isn't it? Anyway, it might be. You might be right, actually. Have they retrieved it? There's someone up on the back of a car I could see. Liam's got the camera fixed on the hotspot here. Well, we've got a footy.
Jai Walker running out with the footy anyway, and a new one.
Leopold are out of footies already. This might be the last one.
You don't see it very often, 3 new footies.
So, no one better dump it over the line again, otherwise we're in big trouble, I think. Not sure how many footies they get per season, but not sure it's heaps. They wouldn't want to use that many in one game. Anyway, we're back. Hope this one's pumped up and nice for the players. Excel.
Wow.
Burst through. Kick inside 50 is delightful. And Sam Boyd marks.
Wasn't a goal by Axel, well, that was a Harvey Norman highlight at its best there. It was a nice spin move out of traffic, especially going at full pace, and the opposition was going right at him. It was a nice little chisel up.
Sam Boyd comes into a kick from 35 outs. No problems. Straight through. Goal for goal.
They've given it behind.
Oh dear. That's another early celebration, Will.
Yep.
Another one. What's going on? Looked good from here.
Definitely looked good as well, but everyone was celebrating, and then
he's
just looking at Boyd, and
I was watching. He let out a big come on, didn't he?
Yeah, and then I just had a look at him again, and his arms just went up, and I had a look at the goal umpire, and he's just signalled the behind. 2
early celebrations. It's not good. Oh no, the mark dropped. A bit of a soda from Cunningham. O'Neill and Caldo. The handball wasn't great too. Caldo, his handball wasn't fantastic either. They've got themselves a hole here, South Barwon. We'll have a ball up.
I tell you, Buzz.
A great spot.
Late in this game, if Leopold were to lose by less than a goal, they could be very unlucky.
Yeah, absolutely. Tossed up in the shadows. Players will be enjoying a bit of shade. Free kick going the way of Luke Davis of South Barwon in the ruck contest. Sticks, they call him. A long ball right in front of us towards Blair and Cartledge. Blair nearly took a good grab. West clean at his bootlaces. Pitcher, high footy. Scott jumped under it. Here's his brother Sam. Handball over the top. Dylan was bundled under it. Lovely handsome Maloney to Thompson. Trent Thompson towards goal. Minor score. All the early scoring going the way of Leopold here, other than the Bosley goal. Ball over the top to Driver. In the back pockets, Jack Driver. Plays on. Heads towards us. Drives it towards Blair again, but West comes in from the side, drops one he should have taken. Shoveled forward, there's a hold. And advantage to Saunders. Takes 2 bounces, Josh Saunders, and not a third. Goes short instead to Bosley, who's...
He's just gone out.
He's just walked straight out of the ground, Wilbur.
Had no space, he got pushed.
Lucky that gate was open.
Yeah, he definitely could have lost his legs almost.
Jeez, if he kicks this, Will...
This would be a nice game changer for Bosley.
He's kicking this from the stands. Look where he is. He's up against the...
Right next to the interchange bench.
Brick bench.
He's the leading goal kicker for a reason, though, Buzz.
He is, but as good as Andrew Bosley is, this would be some effort. Fancies himself, I think. He does fade the ball left to right. That's one thing going in his advantage. It's gone nowhere near it, though. Right across the face, and the mark taken by Cooper Cartledge down there in the back pockets. Shielding his eyes from the sun. Kick over the top wasn't great, but
it's gone
it'll
Ruggles.
work to Ruggles. Fell on his lap in the end, third in line. Tom Ruggles. Looks like he's got Joel Hogan for company. Ball's out of play. Just repeating that score, 1 point margin to the Swans, 4-2 plays 3-7. It's starting to get an issue for them, I think, that inaccuracy.
Missed opportunities here that could cost them late in the game, especially the tightly congested game so far.
Jarvis won that hit out, but only as far as Riley Hayden. No possession for him. Saunders driven into the ground by Marcus Thompson. Another ball up. We've played 9.5 minutes, as you can see on the bottom left of your screen. 1 point ball game. Tossed up again. Jarvis trying to reach over the top of West. Couldn't quite. It was the Leopold ruckman who won the hit out. Quick kick came out of the pack from McHenry. Pitches inside the boundary, over the line, out of play.
Good result there for Leopold. Buzz was very in under sort of game and could have definitely went South Barwon's way inside 50, but just a quick kick out by McHenry was fortuitously to not go over the boundary line for a free kick towards South Barwon.
Tossed in. Jarvis and West do battle again. Not sure who won that one. Hayden. Been lively in the stoppages. Pitcher. West. Looping handball to Ruggles. It's been dangerous. Squaring ball is pretty good. Finds Lucas Boyd. At half forward, Lucas Boyd looks up. Kick to inside 50. Sliwa marks.
Waste kick there, definitely.
Dom Sliwa over the top to Mulroney, who marks and goes quickly towards Baker. Read it pretty well. Tries to fist it towards his own goal, but couldn't quite. Maloney dribbling one towards us. Sliwa again, look out. Cops a good bump from Maloney. There is Joel Maloney. Got it off Alex. Bundled it forward. O'Neill. Well tackled. Got the ball up.
Good contest there by Maloney and Sliwa, both putting their body on the line there. Right in front of us as well.
Yep, great vantage point for us here. Jarvis and West again. Look at Trent West. Palms it over. Exel wants the boundary. Does he keep it in? Yes, according to the umpire. Cartledge tackled by Blair. Paid a high tackle. So Cartledge squares it up. Dangerous kick. Madigan swoops in. Copped a nasty bounce. Dwyer missed it. Madigan goes again.
Followed up well.
Gets his handball. Saunders finds a way through. Handball's over the top to absolutely nobody, Wilbur. Only as far as Jaden Exel. Centre half back, wide ball to pitcher. Still 1 point in the margin. South Barwon's way.
Needed to just get on the boot, get inside 50. There was plenty of space.
Pitcher towards Sam Boyd, but punched away by Charlie Francis.
Hayden has been good, as you said. Buzzy's been a little bit more quieter when he hasn't had these run with roles, playing as probably a half forward winger sort of player, but in and under contested footy's been his forte.
Oh, it's a high tackle going the way. I think it's Ruggles again. It is. So he's causing some issues. Tom Ruggles playing a sort of a high half forward, isn't he? But as you rightly mentioned in the first quarter, he's the sort of guy who can be put in absolutely anywhere, really, and do the job for you, Tom Ruggles.
Have so much depth in the midfield as well. He doesn't need to be in there all the time, and especially with Jai Thompson out there, still holding up really well. Leopold.
Ruggles from 45 kicks another behind. 3-8. It is becoming an issue.
4 behinds as well for the quarter. Buzz yet to register a goal.
Yeah, spot on. And South Barwon have just kicked that one straight goal. So, tells you what we need to know. We're all tied up. Hogan with the footy in the shadows of Community Bank Oval. Hogan kicks down the line towards us. Jarvis got a nudge from West. A few cries from the crowd. I'd assume they're South Barwon people,
Yep.
Will.
Yeah, no, definitely could hear it from where I was. Was probably a free kick to Jarvis as well.
He goes to work against West. Probably wins that one, actually. Hayden, been good.
Lots
Chipping
of
ball
handballs.
over the top. Geez, nearly a good mark to Driver, who'll earn himself a free kick. No, going the other way. It's interesting. Looked to be all the holding going from Alex Maloney, but ends up with a free kick. Maloney from 60 towards Boyd, falls in the lap of that man Ruggles again.
Just read it pretty good there. Ruggles was very lucky, obviously, as well. Did go over the couple of the South Barwon players' hands, but 4 behinds for the quarter. Leopold really need to kick this one, especially because he missed the last one.
In he comes. Tom Ruggles
Bit better.
doesn't miss that one. Little single cobra two from the former Geelong player. They lead by a straight kick, Leopold.
Good way to get the boys up and about, especially with the inaccuracy this quarter. It was a good finish by Tom Ruggles, and especially to give Leopold the lead, as you said, Buzz, and the clearances are starting to hurt him as well. 5-2, inside 50, 6-1. South Barwon only the one inside 50.
Yeah, wow.
With that Bosley goal, they've had lots of the ball at the 60-metre arc, but doesn't count as an inside 50.
Yeah, you can't say they don't deserve the lead, Leopold. They're very good this second term.
Free kicks is, mind you, 10 Leopold to South Barwon 6, so they've been a bit unlucky.
Scott. West. Be terrific, as you would expect. Boyd. Copped an uneven bounce. Caldo went to work at ground level, as did Saunders. Got one clear back to Caldo, who's couldn't escape. Saw a couple of them paid in the opening term. Caldo gets away with this one.
Tackling's been really good from both sides. 25-24, Leopold lead.
Yeah, tackling's been a real feature, hasn't it?
Just watch Riley Hayden here. He's got no one on him here. He might get this one.
Went towards him, but Thompson was the beneficiary. Caldo. Scott merges with it. Kick smothered. Boyd snapping towards goal. Nearly a good mark taken. Woods needs to be clean here for South Barwon. Doesn't want to pick it up in case he's pinged. And not a free kick. I thought he was going to pay a high tackle, but
He played it alright in the
ball
end,
up.
Woods.
Yeah, he did.
Obviously a veteran of the game.
Tossed
He's
up.
had almost 200 games.
At the point of the goal square, O'Neill does a good job. Sleewa. High footy up the chimney. Maloney takes a good mark. Alex Maloney just outside 50 for Leopold. Kicks in there now. Fist came from O'Neill. Comes to the back. Cunningham. Miss Caldo by hand. Another ball up. Inside 50s again, Will.
9-1.
This quarter.
Yep.
It's massive, isn't it?
It's big, and last 5 minutes of the first quarter they were able to get lots more inside 50s Leopold.
Jarvis won the hit out, but forward structure's really falling down here for South Barwon. Chipping ball wide by Dixon. It's marked by Pitcher.
They are set up really well as behind the ball, Leopold as well. Going to switch it here, and Exel should end up on it.
Switch to cross, and as Nostradamus Spence predicts, oh no, the kick missed him, but still has time. Exel kicks the half forward. Ruggles again. Jeez, he went to one hand. Scott back to Ruggles, found a way through. Lovely kick towards Maloney. Couldn't quite take the mark. Did all the hard work. Woods, does he keep it in? Quite.
Played it well, Woods. Smart play, but all the bodywork from Maloney did everything right, and Wood just wasn't able to hold it in his hands, unfortunately, for Leopold supporters.
Thrown into. He's a bit of holding at this stoppage. Gillen goes down again. He's done it a few times today. Kicked out of there by Herbert now. But look at this. It's just all Leopold. McHenry takes a good diving mark. Jada McHenry goes short to Walker, but turned over. Herbert. He played on quickly, but there's absolutely nothing to kick to. It's a foot race. Bosley v Cross. Who's going to win it? Jai Cross get there first. Bosley gets rid of him. Can Bosley pick it up? There's 3 on him. Dumped. He's got a high tackle. Can you believe that? It's a carbon copy of their first goal, Will.
That's exactly right. 2 inside 50s now for South Barwon, and possibly 2 goals for Andrew Bosley. He is very fast for a tall fella,
He
and
is.
Cross was a little bit slower. He did have the front spot, but probably almost could have got a holding free kick himself, mind you. But Bosley played it really well, and then had his head over the foot in, was able to get that high tackle.
It's nearly exactly the same. Was Herbert getting the ball at the back of this square, and he just kicks it out in open space and lets Bosley go to work. I'm not sure it's sustainable, but it's worked twice. Can
It's a Tyler match.
South Barwon make it work?
Sure does.
He does. Andrew Bosley shows why he's the competition's leading goal kicker. His 33rd of the season already. He's got 2 today, and we're all tied up again here in the second term.
He's a sharp shooter, as you said, Buzz, and he's making his opportunities, especially for South Barwon, with only a 2 inside 50s, and it's been all Leopold, and they've only been able to kick 1 goal this quarter, so South Barwon have kicked.
Yeah,
They've had a high score with
2 goals, 2 goals straight.
Yep.
For the quarter to 1-4, so completely against the run of play, isn't it? Leopold have had the better of this term, absolutely, in general play, but South Barwon in front on the scoreboard for the second term. We're all tied up for the game. Exel. His handball clear to Thompson, just bundles it forward. Sleewer couldn't collect cleanly. Walker to centre half forward. Caldo got a fist in against Boyd. Davis steps through. O'Neill. Funny looking delivery to Madigan, but it works. Herbert from half back. Just a 1-step kick towards Mulroney, who's first on the scene. Couldn't pick it up though. Pitcher thought about going in board, but kicks down the line instead. No free kick to the South Barwon player, who I think was O'Neill, who went flying. Now Marcus Thompson in some space. Lovely looking kick and finds Riley Patton. Riley Patton looks up. He's inside 50, does not look confident. Just chips it up towards a pocket. Poor kick. Caldo was pushed in the back. No, nothing doing. Sorry, it wasn't Caldo. It was Odin Woods, excuse me. In any case, let me throw in. Another inside 50 for Leopold. Thrown in. Dominantly down by Boyd. Scott stepped through. Another behind. Sam Scott. 4 goals 9 for Leopold. Now they do take the lead by a point, but 4 goals 9.
Could be a lot more, Buzz.
1 goal 5 for the term. So 2 straight. Had their chances, Leopold. Woods threads the needle to Hogan. Lovely kick. Has runners wide. One of them Sexton. Geez, good chase. Coming quickly was Reuter. Did a good job to affect the kick. Cartledge steps through. Thompson. Marcus. Got it from Trent. Cartledge over the top to Ruggles. Back to Marcus Thompson. 2 prime movers for Leopold. Up the chimney goes. The kick inside 50. Maloney got 2 hands to it. Cunningham. Bundles one under pressure. Dwyer's got some space to work with. Riley Dwyer, left footer. Handball's back. Mulroney. Sleewer. Snapping ball wasn't his best. Chopped off by Joel Maloney. From 60, Caldo's got the best position. He takes the mark.
Some waste opportunities going inside 50.
Herbert.
For Leopold.
Oh, poor kick. Was smothered by Marcus Thompson. Handball's over the top. Boyd, can he make them pay? Yes, he does. Leopold finally get their second of the term. Comes from a South Barwon mistake.
That one's definitely going to sting for the South Barwon players. If that ball wasn't smothered, they were definitely out right in front of us on this wing here. But the reward for effort was there for Leopold, and they were due to kick another goal. Funnily enough, the clearances at Leopold +2, 8-6, and South Barwon have only had the 2 inside 50s, so they've had lots of clearances around the ground, South Barwon in their defensive half, but have, as it's said here, with 10 rebound 50s, but just haven't been able to hit their targets.
Maloney with the clearance this time for Leopold. Not quite another inside 50, but it might be coming in soon because Scott wins the footy to Jai Walker. Kick to the teeth, a goal. Free kick to Ruggles. He's causing some issues. Hogan doesn't like it. Tom Ruggles is causing the South Barwon defence some real issues here.
It's his 3rd shot and goal now as well, Buzz, so has been very lively.
Tom Ruggles playing as a forward this afternoon to devastating effect, really. In comes Ruggles and kicks the goal. He's second of the term. Leopold. It's edge away. Been very, very good this afternoon. Tom Ruggles and Leopold get what you have to say they deserve with their current lead, which is 6-9-45 to 5-2-32. We played 24 minutes.
Do you still think he's good enough to play AFL level, Rails? I mean, he might be a little bit older now, but
look,
possibly.
I think he's parked that ambition, but I think on pure ability, Will, if he got back in that environment, I'm sure there's less talented AFL players currently
definitely.
going around. I thought he was a bit unlucky to get delisted when he was, to be
2 years at
to
Geelong
be
and he
honest. Played
every year.
18 games, I think, in the year he got delisted, so certainly good enough, that's for sure. Woods got a fist in. The ball's inside 50 again for Leopold, and Ruggles got through, but he was caught. Holding the footy, Hogan with a rare win. Joel Hogan with the footy. Got there eventually to Davis. He's got Driver on. And Marks under some Hayden pressure. Goes by hand to Saunders. Poking ball to Sleewer. Couldn't complete the mark. Paddles it forward to Dillon. Numbers converge again. Another ball up.
Kick need to hit Sleewa there from Saunders. If it was able to, they were definitely out through that 45 little kick. But unfortunately, he wasn't able to. Still waiting for the ball to come out, and it's just going to be held up still. It's out now with Sleewa.
Yeah, Sleewa gets his kick away. Trickles towards the boundary. I think it will be over that now and is. Just repeating that score, 6-9-45 to 5-2-32. Leopold's way.
26 and a half minutes gone as well.
West, strong hit out. Mulroney, Madigan. Firm tackle on the former Geelong Falcon. Bit tossed up again. South Barwon just look bereft of a few options at the moment. Going forward, they get their hands on the footy enough. They're losing their clearances, which doesn't help either. Scott, loopy handball to Joel Maloney. Kick inside 50 over the head of everyone. Does it stay in? Caldo keeps it in. Loses his footing though. Got to be quick. Got his handball to Hogan. Sexton steps inside one. Fires a handball to Cunningham. Saunders. Back to Caldo. Kick down the line. Miss Jarvis out in the full, in fact.
That well there. South Barwon with those quick chain of handballs, but unfortunately the missed kick out of full-back was just a tad out of bounds.
McHenry found a way through, wobbles one. Lovely pick up from Boyd and Ruggles again. Line to score. Causing some real issues.
Kick 2-2 now, so very dangerous for scoring opportunities for a small sort of forward as well. He's not overly tall as a key position.
Woods chisels one to Hogan. He goes quickly to Bosley. Got a nudge in the back.
And Jai Cross has discarded his shoulder.
Has he?
Buzz, yep, definitely. Collarbone definitely shoulder.
Has he popped it out? Or has he just got a stinger?
Didn't look good as soon as he came down that contest. He was holding it straight away, so it could be.
Doesn't look great, does it?
Yeah.
Anyway, play continues with Saunders. Lovely
Great
ball to
kick.
Herbert. This is where they've been falling down, isn't it, Wilbur?
Yeah,
They
sure has
get
been.
to here all right, but it's this next kick, and you can see here they've only got not much, and there you go, turned over.
Bosley's been too high up the ground. They need him being that lead up target, or Jarvis or Davis, whichever one's playing forward line.
Thompson to
Unfortunately,
Walker
haven't been able
to Pitcher. Chisels one down the line to Ruggles.
Might be
Ruggles.
50.
It was a late whistle, it is, you're right. Half the players don't know. The back half are all still playing, but they will realise now.
South Barwon player
I think it was Davis.
left his mark for Davis to pick up, but was in the 10-metre protector zone as he went to go on the mark, which is just given Ruggles another opportunity for his third goal from 5. this will be his fifth scoring shot as well.
Tom Ruggles causing all sorts of headaches for South Barwon from the paint of 50. Just hangs it up. Boyd got a free run at it. There's a whistle. And it's going the way of Leopold and Lucas Boyd. He's directly in front. He would just about lock him in from here.
Leopold +5 for free kicks, 14-9 for the match.
Lucas Boyd. Kicks the goal.
Nice breathing space now for Leopold.
Absolutely. 20 points. My maths is correct.
Sure is.
So all of a sudden, real arm wrestlers just starting to nudge out a little bit Leopold's way. Lucas Boyd has 2, joins Sam Boyd with 2 goals. Leopold have 7, 7-10-52 to 5-2-32.
Just a tick under 31 minutes gone as well, so that was a handy goal there from Boyd. Be able to provide him lots of momentum heading into the second half with the siren is to go soon. Great tap from West. Just going to be nice tackle from Saunders. Just going to be held up in another stoppage.
Still a bit of pushing and shoving going on in there. No love lost between these two. Jarvis gives away a free kick against West. It was pretty blatant. Been dominant again, Trent West, so far this afternoon. Looks further afield, kicks towards Boyd again. Caldo does a good enough job to get the fist in towards the boundary line, and Dom Sleever. Kept in though by Pitcher. Back to Walker, a little one over the top to West. 31.5 minutes tick by in the second quarter. Trent West with the footy. Kicks to half forward. Nicely done by Dylan, who's at half back for the Swans.
He's had a hard day, Dylan. Has played well though, especially as that in under player. He's had a lot of contact from the opposition.
Yeah. Little one over the top to Woods. Reese Woods. Chips down the line, awkward kick for Blair. Another throw in. 32 minutes gone, 7-10-52. 5-2-32. 20-point ball game all of a sudden.
Like you said, Buzz, it's been struggling South Barwon to get it past this area of the game as the siren sounds.
Yep. Half time at Community Bank Oval, and it's Leopold. They have a deserved 20-point lead at the main change. 7-10-52 to 5-2-32. We'll come back with the goal kickers and around the grounds before the second half here at Community Bank Oval. It's Leopold by 20 points at half time. Welcome back to Leopold Community Bank Oval. Both sides back out in the ground for the second half. It's Leopold leading 7-10, 52 to 5-2, 32. Just quickly, goal kickers for Leopold. 2 each to Tom Ruggles, Lucas Boyd and Sam Boyd, and a single to John Maloney of the South Barwon. 2 to Andrew Bosley, 1 to Herbert, Baker and Dwyer. We'll go around the grounds. Will Spencer's got you covered across the GFL and BFL. Wilbur.
Yeah, just for the GFL, we've got St Mary's lead 11-7, 73 to Grovedale 7-4, 46. St Joey's lead Lara 14-9, 93 to 3-4, 22. Newtown lead 7-5, 47 to St Albans 2-2, 14. Bell Park lead 13-12, 90 to Geelong West 3-8, 26. And Colac lead North Shore 13-14, 92, 3-2, 20. And around for the BFL, Anglesea lead 4-7, 31 to Mottawarri 4 straight, 24. Barwon Heads lead 7-7, 49 to Torquay 6-7, 43. That's a nice tight affair, similar to Anglesea Motta. Drysdale lead 9-6, 60 to Queenscliff 3-5, 23. And Port Arlington trail 3-1, 19 to Geelong Amateurs 7-7, 49.
There we go. Thanks, Will. Half-time scores from the GFL and the BFL. Here at Leopold, it's 20 points to the home side, as I mentioned. 7-10, 52 to 5-2, 32. Just looking, there is a slight change. Herbert's gone out of the middle of the ground. He's gone forward, Will. So there's one change. Mulroney into the middle. Underway, West got piled into by Jarvis. Scott with the first meaningful possession of the second half. O'Neill. His handball clear. Kick forward. Joel Maloney. Can he pick up? He can. He's 45 out. Gets inside one. Great tackle. Not rewarded from Francis. Good desperation from the Swans. Have a ball up.
Was great desperation there from Francis. He definitely had to hold that tackle, or it definitely could have been a goal.
Be tossed up just inside 50. Jarvis over the top. Patton. Little one forward from driver Scott. Sells some candy. That was nice, but kick not as good. Through for a minor score.
Like you said, Buzz, South Barwon that quarter was struggling for opportunities inside 50, so with Herbert going in there, it could be definitely a nice option going forward.
Yeah, they do lose a bit of firepower out of the middle, don't they? So
yeah.
That's the balance Dave Farrell was trying to strike. Driver, another mark for him. Little one over the top to Hogan. Couple of good mates waxing there. Joel Hogan at half back. Kicks down the line to Herbert. It's a good spring on him. Ball out of play. Tell you what, I reckon Louis Herbert is a genuine smoky for the Matheson medal, I reckon. Will.
Not a bad shit.
He's,
has been in terrific form.
His last few weeks have been pretty extraordinary. There are some good players rolling around. This man, number 20 for Leopold, isn't bad either. Trent West.
Leopold players will definitely be taking votes off each other with the Matheson.
Yeah,
with the Thompson brothers.
Yep. Marcus has had another good start to the season, as always. Chiseling ball from Mulroney's good to Hogan. They're still a long way from home, South Barwon. Chipping ball, Blair back with the fly. That could have been dangerous. Scott, Exel, dances through. Handball's good to Walker, speaking of good seasons. Back to Exel. Long handball's good for the WA man to Maloney. They're teetering the boundary. Exel again. Walker again. Inverted torp works to Alex Maloney. They've got numbers in the middle. One of them's pitcher. Finds him now. He's got Boyd further ahead of him once. Goes shorter to Scott. Sam. He's got Patton working for him at half forward and finds him now. Riley Patton from 60. Pops it up. Wonderful mark. Ruggles. Oh no. Has he made a meal of it? Has he made a meal of it, or is it through? Was it touched? There's a dust on behind the goals here, Wilbur. Was it touched? Was it a goal? What's the decision? It's a goal. Tom Ruggles.
Don't know what he was doing there, to be honest, Buzz. He should have just went back and taken the shot, but at the end of the day, it's still a goal for Leopold, and that's Ruggles' third goal for the match as well. It's his fifth scoring shot. He did set one up, which led to a Lucas Boyd goal.
Yep.
Second quarter.
Sure did. So on the Harvey Norman Iranian scoreboard, 8:11:59 to 3:2:20. Leopold, that margin's getting a little bit risky now for South Barwon. O'Neill tackled strongly. 59 plays 32. Herbert is just injecting himself into the middle. I think he's seen enough. Louis Herbert.
Going to roll back.
Davis has come onto the ground. South Barwon, so both they're ruckling on at the moment. Another stoppage here. Just repeating that score, 8:11 to 5-2 Leopold's way.
And there was Herbert with the big tackle as well, then, just to keep it in there in the stoppage.
Jarvis. Only as far as Walker. High footy West was impeded. They should take the advantage of Leopold and do. Walker over the top. Reuter, they've got numbers. Strong tackle. Thompson tries to paddle it forward. Couldn't quite. Jarvis. Kick was smothered. Maloney spins out of trouble. Sexton comes hard at Thompson. How about that? And it could be on here too. A few players being dragged around. Oof.
It's been very hot this whole match, Buzz. Intensity's been unreal, and it's just lifted an extra inch heading into the start of this third quarter with Sexton and
Thompson. Was the
Thompson.
tackle from Marcus Thompson, and here he is. Can do it all, Marcus. Kick inside, 50. Stays in for Patton. Can he kick the goal? He does! Riley Patton. No.
Giving it a behind.
Hit the post, says the umpire. Look good from here. He's a lot closer than us.
Do have great cameraman and Liam, though.
We do. There we go. Nearly another one for Leopold. The crowd liked it. They were all up. So,
Really dangerous by Leopold. 4 straight clearances.
Yeah. It's killing South Barwon, isn't it? 28 points, the margin now. Ball's with Caldo. Oh, it's a risky ball. Blair, was he impeded? They got lucky. South Barwon there.
Was probably the perfect person to kick it to, mind you, with Blair. He's got great hops, but even he couldn't take that mark. Luckily, it was a free kick.
He looks wide towards Dwyer. Has to hold his ground. Axel comes late on him. O'Neill got his handball clear. Francis. Little underground ball. Bosley was wrong-footed by it. Crosses back onto the field with that shoulder strapped up. Blair was up early. Ball to ground level. Walker over the top. Hogan intercepts. Handball's back to Dwyer. Now to Dillon. Kick towards Bosley. Lovely grab. Good hands. Not a heap on for him. Davis is the deepest lying forward, but he looks further afield for Baker. That's an awkward kick, but it might work for Saunders. Couldn't mark. West, pitcher. Axel, pitcher. Over the top. Driver does a good job against Maloney. Numbers come in. Scott paddles it right towards us. Blair puts the body in on Maloney and the ball out of play.
Drive did really well there, especially a little bit outsized on Maloney. Did well to get it out of bounds for a stoppage for South Barwon.
You forget how big Alex Maloney is. His
he's
driver's
enormous.
not small, but he's giving away a bit of size there. You're right, Will. West palms it down to Axel. He'd be used to the hot conditions from Western Australia.
Yep.
He's got
Very
the
well,
zinc on
the
too.
zinc.
Yep. Knows what he's doing. Jaden Axel. Perfect vantage point for us. 28 points is the margin to Leopold. West, another clearance. Woods got a fist in for South Barwon. Saunders wrapped up quickly. The ball spills clear. There's a big grunt. I think it's free kick to, is it Ruggles under there?
Yeah,
It is.
might be Ruggles. His shoulders sore in the process.
Ruggles drives at the half forward. Beautiful kick for Maloney. Really was. He looks sore. Keep an eye on him, Will.
Yeah, will do.
Maloney inside 50. Hot spot again. Snapping ball is a behind. O'Neill got back to push through the kick from Lockie Cartledge. was online. If O'Neill didn't get there.
Some of these shots have left us on a bit of a cliffhanger, haven't they, Buzz? With the goal umpires sort of, I guess, answering.
Oh, and it's chopped off by Patton. The kick in was straight down his throat. Leopold have another great chance.
Disposal efficiency hasn't been spot on for South Barwon early in this quarter out of their full back line, especially that kick out of full back to Blair, which could have almost been a turnover as well.
Yeah, to kick a goal in senior footy, Riley Patton. This would be a good time to do it.
Good lifter as well.
Got a good view of it right behind him here. Riley Patton, it's always looking a bit near side.
1-4 as well. They've kicked for the quarter.
Yeah, it's the same as the second, isn't it?
Yep.
Same sort of pattern. 30 points is the margin. Dare say South Barwon wouldn't want to make it any more, especially with a man down on the bench with Ollie Lee not making it to quarter time with what looked like a concussion issue. Short ball to Blair from Mulroney. Over the top to Saunders. Oh, runs into trouble. Ruggles has got him. Great tackle from Tom Ruggles. Been excellent today.
Has been probably close to best on ground so far.
Ruggles goes long and strong. Oh, it's wonderful hands from Boyd. Sam Boyd is the man. Takes the mark, 20 out directly in front.
It's their second mark inside 50 for the quarter from 4 inside 50, so good conversion rate here early from Leopold. There's only been 5 inside 50s for the quarter with South Barwon only having the one. It's been really tight around the inside of in the middle of the ball and around the wing as well. So other teams struggle to get inside 50.
Sam Boyd for his third. Oh, it's a big miss that. Should be kicking them. Sam Boyd, 2 goals, 3 for him today. Would have made it 36 points, Will.
That's definitely given South Barwon a bit of an opportunity. Because that was definitely a big kick.
They just look short of ideas going forward. Francis drops the mark. Ball out of play next to their bench. They have got the league's leading goal kicker down forward, but hasn't got a heap of goes at it this afternoon, has he?
Leopold's forward line's been really set up once South Barwon are kicking out of full back.
Tossed in Thompson. Does brilliantly. Shovels it forward, Maloney. Sam Scott runs to the boundary. Tried the miracle, but just looking for a behind in the end. What's that, 1-5 for the quarter, is it not, Will?
1-6.
1-6, sorry. Brought back in by Woods. Pokes one to Driver. Driver plays on. Drives it to the outer side towards Bosley, who marks on his chest. Poking ball to Hogan. Dishes inboard to Sexton, who's in trouble. Got his handball clear to Hogan. And out of play. There we go. So, that's what I was talking about, Will. They're breaking down, aren't they? That back of the centre wing.
Was smart by Bosley, that short little kick to Hogan, I think it was.
Yep.
Because he was able to push back to be that next let-up kick, but unfortunately Hogan played on it straight away and handball to Sexton, who was under pressure.
Bumped by West. Dillon. Up and under ball to Baker, who read it best. And he turns his back immediately.
He wanted to kick it now.
Be a fair kick. It'd be kicked from outside 50 here.
Would be a big kick.
Trent Thompson's back in the hole as the spare man, so geez, this would be a bit of a roost.
Against all the run of play, this would really be a massive kick in the context of the game. Leopold 6 behinds for the quarter.
Ethan Baker. This would take his best. Right on his limit, you would think. Drives it. It's right on the line. Stays in.
Still in play.
Herbert hooks it over his shoulder. Ruggles should mark and does.
Looks like he's playing in the back line now. Ruggles, as we said, he can play anywhere.
Tom Ruggles moves towards us and drives it to Scott. It's a great kick. Finds him now, Sam Scott. Chipping ball is a bit high for for Reuter, excuse me. Thompson, Blair. Look at Big West, just eat him up. Have a ball up.
His tap work's been sensational for the day, Trent West, but it's also been his work around the ground. Be able to get to contest's been really good, especially with that tackle there.
Give that one to Davis that time, actually.
Yeah, it did.
Woods, clever by Madigan, but Dwyer had nowhere to go. He was thumped in the tackle. Mulroney, hands were clean, but Davis under all sorts of Leopold pressure. Now Pitcher releases by hand. That's got to be holding the ball against Sam Scott. Not sure why it wasn't. Tom Scott, excuse me. Hogan. Handballs to Driver, who just clears it to the outer side where there's absolutely nobody other than Leopold shirts. But here comes Sexton. They needed help, and he arrived at the important time and forces a stoppage.
Big time tackle right there from Sexton as we saw Drive just getting a hack kick forward because South Barwon really under duress pressure there, and an important tackle by Sexton to keep it in their forward half.
Absolutely it was. Tossed in, Davis. Socket clear into the middle of the ground. Races on between Francis and Scott. Richards was bumped clear of it. Francis lays a tackle again. Another ball up. Just repeating that score that you can see on the bottom left of your screen. Lovely looking graphics too from the guys at Red Onion. 8-16, 64. 2-5-2-32. We've got a blood rule. Daniel Pitcher is the man.
Been 81 tackles for the match, Buzz. 44 Leopold to 37 South Barwon. Which just re-emphasised the contested style of the game as we see Daniel Pritchard just go off with a blood nose, which I would assume was from a tackle.
It's good effort by Leopold, they're 44, when they've probably had more of the play and the ball. Good effort to have more tackles than the opposition, who are probably should have more if they're chasing you around.
Yep.
Blair got his hands clear to Saunders, who's been under pressure all day, but does a good job there. Dillon was upended. Exel's hands were good. Sexton lost his footing. Walker was caught high, no free kick. Dwyer. Handball was in hope more than anything. Does it fall for Richards? It does. Takes cross on head on. Ran into a brick wall and holding the footy.
Probably a bit unlucky there for Richards. As soon as he took the clean ball after the bounce, it was wrapped up in a good tackle.
Cross. Francis thumps it clear. Dwyer wrapped up quickly.
Oh, he's going to pin him.
He is circling well. Ball comes clear, so he can't now. Another ball up.
Yeah, as you were saying there, Buzz, especially with Leopold not having as much of the, having more of the football, they've just made sure once South Barwon have taken possession that they've got him in a good tackle.
Ball comes clear. Richards tackled firmly. And another ball up. Umpire takes his time to call it this time. So 17 minutes gone in the third quarter. Game and a bit of a stalemate here. Leopold with all the running. One more would nearly kill it off. One or two more and it's very, very hard for the Swans. Walker tumbles one to half forward. Couple of Swans in the head clash there and they don't look well either.
That was Richards, I think.
Richards and another player down as well. Keep an eye on that for us. Ball comes clear. Maloney. Nearly an open goal for him. Caldo gets back in time. Finds a way out. It's Cunningham and Richards were the two players, was it not? So if he doesn't get up, that'd be two.
That
down
I
on
did
the
see
bench.
it. He had a whiplash when he landed on the ground.
Was it a head clash initially or just a
I think it was
collision?
just a bump collision, and then had a bit of whiplash when his head collided on the ground, which definitely would have.
I should
caused
probably
the
call for the
concussion.
stretcher here if it is.
I think
his
after
head.
this shot.
Oh, he's kicked it. What a kick. It's all going Leopold's way. Trying to catch who that was. Well, he threaded the needle. was, I think it was Max Reuter.
I didn't actually catch it myself either, Buzz.
I think it was.
For a young fella, like you said, his third game for the year, it's a massive kick in the context of the game, like you just said as well. But one more goal for Leopold might end it, and that sure as hell could. Yeah, as they've got the stretch coming out now, with just a tick under 19 minutes left, I would have thought the time would have stopped, but it's not going to at the moment. But luckily the stretch is very close where the interchange bench is, so it won't waste as much time.
Trainer's taking a bit of care here for Trent Richards. We saw Ollie Lee in the first quarter have a similar incident with a head clash or head knock, I should say, and this one also has looked more like just a normal footy collision, and then slammed his head on the ground as he fell. So Trent Richards being carried off here on the stretch. We hope he's okay.
Definitely going to hurt South Barwon with the last quarter coming up as well, Buzz, with only 2 on the bench.
Oh yeah, hot conditions.
Yep.
And the margin not looking good for them. 9-16-70 Leopold, the 5-2 32. They've kicked
9-16 though.
They've kicked 2 goals since quarter time. That's it, South Barwon.
No, both from Bosley.
Yep.
And yeah, both very lucky inside 50.
Another clearance for Leopold as Richards is off the ground. Dwyer to Sexton. Charges through. A worm burner to Bosley. Does a good job, the big fella. Has a runner wide in Herberts. Wants to get inside on his right foot. Goes back to Bosley. He's corralled by McHenry. Holding the footy.
It's really just been the tale of the day so far, Buzz. Even their best players in Bosley and Herbert.
Ball down the line from McHenry. Boyd up early. Good position by Reuter, the goal kicker. To Marcus Thompson. Takes a bounce in front of the faithful. And drives it deep inside 50. And Ruggles again. Another one-hander from Tom Ruggles.
He's simply been instrumental. That's all you could really say. Coming up for his 4th goal as a small forward, but not only a small forward can play midfield and backline. He would honestly have no clue what position he's going to play heading into the match.
Just put him wherever you want, really, and you know what he'll do. Tom Ruggles, directly in front, kicks the goal. He's got 4, Wilbur. Leopold have got 10, and it's nearly all she wrote for South Barwon.
It's definitely going to be very hard for South Barwon to come back now. It's about to say that the end Leopold are going at now is probably the scoring end, but when South Barwon had that scoring end, they're only able to kick 2 goals, so hasn't been not absolutely any wind at all whatsoever, so it's just a nice fair game, which is great.
10-16, 76 to 5-2-32. Wasn't expecting this. Over the top, another clearance, a dominant one. Maloney kicks forward. Boyd couldn't mark. Ball at ground level. O'Neill wrapped up in a very, very strong tackle. Another ball up.
Just some stats for the quarter, Buzz. Leopold plus 3% of clearances, but plus 8 for clearances for the quarter.
Herbert dumps it clear. As far as Cartledge, who couldn't control it first time. Pitcher mops up for him. Handball over the top. Got numbers. Hayden shovels one over the top. Sexton attacks it. Does well. Got his handball clear. Look at that tackle. It was a beauty. Another ball up.
They're also plus 12 for possessions for the quarter. Plus 6 for inside 50s. Plus 11 for tackles. Also plus 3 for frees for the quarter.
Up. Oh, look at that. West to Scott was like clockwork, and Walker hooks it round the body. Good diving mark by Caldo.
He's played well, Boyd.
Yeah. Giving away a bit of height to Boyd.
Yep.
Saunders over the top to Madigan. Oh, he's caught. Guess who? Ruggles again. Fantastic. Tom Ruggles. Kick inside, 50. Boyd slapped clear by Caldo. Ball at ground level. Boyd shovels it clear. Scott has Maloney all by himself in the middle. His snap flies wide. That's hard to do from there. Just kicked that 20 metres the wrong way. Out in the full.
It was right on the side of the boot.
Driver. Nearly in double figures for marks this afternoon. Wouldn't be many with more.
Would have probably close to maybe 20 touches come the end of the game.
There'd be a few marks like that though, just little ones in the back line, but they all count, Will. Chiseling ball to O'Neill. You told me off air that you thought you had 21 marks today, which is extraordinary.
Don't think I ever said that. Anyway.
No wonder you got best on. Madigan to Baker. He's 60 out. A bit of movement here for South Barwon. Ball over the top. Herbert marks.
Best patches of play for probably since the first quarter. Buzz right there. They just did slow and steadily. Worked it down the ground from driver, but it eventually worked. And nice patches of play that sets up Herbert.
They look good on the break, don't they? On the counter attack. That's when they actually move the ball well.
I said earlier in the first quarter that if they were going to win, it was when they were able to win the clearances and hit with lots of nice short kicks around the ground.
Louis Herbert directly in front. To say South Barwon need this is stating the bleeding. That never looked like missing. So Herbert has his second of the afternoon to give South Barwon the smallest of lives here at Memorial Park. Just their 6th goal for the afternoon. Bosley's also got 2 and singles to Dwyer and Ethan Baker. The scoreboard reads 10-16, 76 to 6-2-38.
South Barwon have had 20 marks for the quarter from their 32 kicks, compared to Leopold playing a more handball dominant game of 26 handballs for the quarter.
Maloney. Left foot ball. Nearly inside 50. O'Neill. Kicks past Hogan. Pitcher comes at it. Ripped over the line. Right on centre wing. We've played nearly 26 minutes in this third quarter.
Leopold +4 for centre clearances for the quarter, Buzz. It's a massive factor, which has caused them to have such a good lead now.
Jarvis down to Herbert. Cartledge and Blair go to work. Cartledge did a good job. Dwyer ridden into the turf, and we'll have another ball up. Right in front of us, 76 plays 38. Nice camera work from Liam there. Very good. Herbert does well. Kicks to Davis, who hung in the air, couldn't mark. Exel swung round. Sleewer just sort of threw it to Davis. Not picked up by the umpire. Another ball up. Right in front of us, dying stages of the third quarter here. Wouldn't South Barwon love a goal? Rainey over the top. Scott to throw against Tom Scott. Going the way of Pat Cunningham, made his debut last week against North Shore. The teenager. Cunningham kicks towards Bosley, who had a good hold of Thompson. Dwyer towards the teeth of goal. Shoveled through for a rush behind to South Barwon. Pitcher to bring it in.
It's their first behind, Buzz, since the first quarter.
Neat kick to Reuter, who's worked his way into the game nicely. Kicked a great goal earlier in the term. Speaking of good games, Ruggles. That's got to be 50. No, looked like Sexton just thumped it out of his hands.
Handy for South Barwon now. They can set up behind plate.
Ruggles kicks down the line. Caldo was up early against Boyd. Look at Jai Walker. He loves doing this.
Wow.
Taps to himself and then takes a bounce. And left foot from the paint of 50. Trickles out, hits the behind post. They'll have a throw in.
Not the worst result there from Walker's kicked, creating a stoppage now. It was better than a behind. But it would have definitely been a Harvey Norman highlight if he was able to go in.
Oh, yeah.
A couple of bounces, was able to almost basketball style it up to himself.
So it'll be thrown in right next to the behind post here. Only a couple of minutes at most left in this third quarter. West takes it out of the ruck. Snapping ball is good. It's another one to Leopold. I thought it was Maloney, but they're not getting around him. I couldn't quite catch who the goal kicker was there. Not sure if you picked it up, Wilbur.
No, I couldn't actually see it from there, Buzz, unfortunately. But Leopold a +9 for clearances for the quarter, 12-3.
Might have even been Riley Patton. And I'll give it to him anyway.
Would have thought they would have got around him, having it been possibly his first goal.
Perhaps. So it's their 11th anyway. 11-16-82 to 6-3-39. This is a thumping now. Maloney has been very good. Long ball. Falls clear. O'Neill leads in the foot race, but the ball doesn't stay in for him.
Just an update in the AFL as well, Buzz. 24 and a half minutes gone. Carlton leads 71 to Brisbane Lions 63.
How about that? That'll be quite something.
Yep, well, if the Lions want to make finals, it's not the way to go about it.
Thrown in. West has front position. Thompson. The kick bounces on end. Boyd can kick the goal. And he does. Caldo's calling touched. Don't think the goal umpire likes it. Another one for Leopold. Lucas Boyd with his third.
He's becoming a thumping, as you said, Buzz, and that setting a statement here. Leopold, they did lose to St. Joey's last week, but besides a real strong St. Joey's side, they've been able to dismantle every other side besides Newtown, but mind you,
They arguably should have won that game too.
Without that win, I reckon they would have won, but obviously can't go back in time now, but time will tell.
Right, it is a bit of a statement. Undermanned, by far from their best side, and coming in a game behind South Barwon on the ladder before today. If they, with the other games today too, if Leopold had lost, it would have put them outside the 5.
Yep.
With the other games around the competition today, so it's a big game for Leopold, but haven't they delivered today? Barring an absolute miracle in the last quarter, it's been ultra impressive. As for South Barwon,
Live stats for the hit-outs department for the whole match. 49 Leopold, plus 27 to 22 South Barwon. So I don't know if Trent West has been in the hit-out for all of them, but if he has, he's had, in my vote, 49 hit-outs so far.
that's about right. He's had 2 weeks in a row over 60, Will, so that sounds about right.
Yeah, I feel like me stats could be still correct.
Yep. Oh, he's been, what a player. What a luxury for Leopold to have a premiership AFL ruckman to come back down still with some good footy in him. And enjoyed a good season last year too. Ball falls clear to Madigan, to Sexton. High up and under footy. This will be a good mark to cross if he can take it. It was fingertip job. Handball wasn't good to Thompson. But it's right on the 3/4 time siren. It's Leopold asserting their authority. Not just on this game, but sending a bit of a message, I reckon, to the rest of the comp. 12-16-88, they lead South Barwon 6-3-39 at 3/4 time. Back underway for the final term here at Community Bank Oval. It's Leopold, 12-16 to 6-3. Convincing leaders over South Barwon. And they get the first clearance and the kick towards Boyd with the juggler. Sam Boyd. Good grab. Kicks to the top of the goal square. Maloney gets the fist in. Here's Ruggles. Ball over the line, out of play.
Had Lucas Boyd kick straight probably today, would have had an absolute field day.
Yeah, I reckon. So 12-16, 88 to 6-3. 39. What a statement this is by Leopold. Jarvis towards Blair, Dwyer, Blair, Sexton. Tried hard, Saunders. Over the top, Hogan. Not much for him. Poor kick. Chopped off by McHenry.
Hogan might have just done his hammy, I reckon.
I think he's just cramping.
Or he's, yeah.
Well, hopefully anyway.
Yeah.
For his sake, kick down the line, driver. Got up early. Didn't really get off the ground. Sexton. Did a wrestle on with Ruggles. And the ball up. Did you see he just chuck a sneaky look at us then?
Did he? I didn't look.
He
Shattered.
loves the attention, the old
Well,
screwdriver. Dwyer, Baker, excuse me. Kick comes down to Pepper. McHenry. Oh, gee, that was a fast handball to Ruggles, and it falls into the chest of Sam Boyd.
Yeah, Dwyer would have definitely heard you say that. They didn't get up in the air at all. So he would have probably laughed at that
Yeah,
while he was handballing it to Sexton.
I think he would have known that that wouldn't have looked great,
Nah.
his effort. Anyway, Boyd.
It's coming back.
He's kicked it. It's right on the line.
Oof.
Just touched.
Two inside 50s for Leopold already, and 2 marks inside 50, so already looking dangerous.
No signs of letting up, that's for sure. Woods. Herbert. Doesn't look good when he's got it. Driver was away from him. Exel. Strong tackle. Got the ball up. Tossed up. Palm down by West. Kick comes out to Exel. Cartledge. Clever ball to Pepper.
It's good to see Pepper back on the field as well.
Yeah, he did go off, didn't he?
Yeah,
Pitch up.
his first touch for a while.
Ball over the top to Cartledge. He's been pretty good. Cooper Cartledge.
A good young prospect for Leopold.
Swung wide to McHenry, who's always good. That's a play on, I would have thought, but umpire doesn't agree. Hangs it up to half forward. Flyers wanted. Boyd again there. Maloney, the front and centre, was excellent. Takes the advantage. Have they got the numbers here? No, the handball avoided, or evaded even. Lucas Boyd. Kick from Herbert down the line over the head of Hayden. Bosley hasn't had a heap of it today, been bereft of opportunity. Handball over the top. Here is Cartledge. Sorry, that's Reuter. Kick inside 50. Caldo with the big fist. And the ball's out of play.
Waste opportunity there by Leopold. Maloney shouldn't have taken the advantage. Handling to Leopold player with 3 South Barwon players on him. Should have just let the Leopold player at the free kick.
Thrown in. Maloney went down at the stoppage, but nothing doing. Quick snap from Hayden. Got it.
Terrific goal.
Riley Hayden played a good game. Young midfielder. A 13th goal
Definitely
for Leopold.
shows faith. The Leopold coach in Riley Hayden for a young midfielder, 19 years of age, to go inside the squares and play against quality oppositions.
Absolutely. Now it's a big margin, isn't it? 13-17, 95 to 6-3, 39. Early stages of the final turn. One clear by Maloney. Sexton breaks clear of the Boyd tackle. Sexton, dangerous kick to Sliwa in the middle of the ground. Herbert tries to work away clear. Could be thrown up right at the point of the centre square. Leopold end. Jarvis over the top of West this time. Quick snap came down from Cartledge. Boyd controls it. The snap doesn't. Oh, has it gone through? No.
Hit the post.
Jeez, closer than I thought in the end. Lucas Boyd, 3 goals, 2 for him this afternoon. South Barwon go quickly to Driver. From the kick out, he's got Saunders. He just pokes it in that direction. Boyd, clever grab. Saunders and Boyd enjoying a bit of lip to each other. Just trying to pick up what they were saying, but couldn't quite. A couple of wannable boys. Lucas Boyd. Oh,
That sounded
kicked
perfect.
the skin off it.
Oh,
And hits the top of the goalpost.
the sound of that ball was unreal, but
Jeez, he flushed it, didn't he?
yeah.
From outside 50. Thumping kick from Lucas Boyd. Enjoying a good season. He's now kicked 26 for the year. So we talk about Andrew Bosley kicking 33, but Boyd's keeping him honest.
It's been really consistent for him.
Cunningham in the back pocket. Kicks towards Blair, who should mark. Good fist came from Exel. Francis tries to thread the needle. Davis. High ball. Bosley has 2 to beat. Probably the best result he could hope for in the end and out of play.
Good result here for South Barwon. They've sort of been stuck in that defensive half for quite a while because Leopold have missed some opportunities, but now it's right in the true centre wing, so South Barwon should be able to get an opportunity to go inside 50.
It's just an ambulance that's rocked up, Will. I
Yeah, I did
wonder
see
if
that
that's
as
for
well.
Trent Richards. Certainly hope it's not too serious. Saunders wobbles one inside 50 cross. Does well. Ball's at centre half forward for South Barwon. Comes clear. There was a whistle. Called for a ball up.
Madigan was unlucky there. It was a good
Yeah.
tackle and then followed up with the handball. Just the whistle was blown.
Tossed up. West. Palmed it down. Hayden does a terrific job, but he's caught by Herbert. He gives away a free kick. Hayden. Over the top. Sexton arrives late. Ruggles. Little underground ball. Kick to himself. Wilbur.
Wow.
Well, he
If that-
tried.
If that worked out, it would have been pretty unreal.
He can do it all today, Tom Ruggles. Deserves a 5th goal too, doesn't he?
Yeah. Hearing a 5th goal just doesn't seem normal for such a, well,
Yeah.
for a midfield height compared to a Maloney or Boyd. You would have
Yeah,
thought would
yeah,
be
yeah.
kicking the bag.
Made his name as a defender, of course, at AFL level. Quick kick to Sexton. Been one of South Barwon's best, I think.
Yep.
Providing them with a bit of something. It's not his best kick to Sliwa. Falls to Riley Patton, to Hayden. Gets back on his left foot. Boyd presents nice hands. Look at Tom Scott. He's burst inside 50 all by himself. And does it get there in time? It does. Tom Scott marks 35 out on a tight angle.
4th mark inside 50 for the quarter for Leopold from 6 entries. So really looking dangerous early in this quarter. They don't look like they're going to stop at all. They want to extend this margin.
Tom Scott tucked in on the right forward pocket. Can he thread the needle? Oh, yes,
Wow.
he can. Tom Scott. It's Leopold's day. They're 14th for the afternoon.
They have found a habit of kicking incredible, well, miraculous goals from the pocket and missing opportunities from shots that are real gettable. As you said, with the scores 19 behinds for the match, could have been an absolute annihilation. Could have probably
could
been
a lot
100.
worse, couldn't it? Yeah. It's
Does it say
hard
something?
to work out this one, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, 'cause South Barwon, obviously do have a couple of players out with Vic Country, but
Even still,
it says something.
I didn't think they were this far off it, but
No.
you have to start questioning whether they're quite as good as we may have thought. Davis kicks to Dwyer. Geez, he should have marked that. McHenry. Short handball to Hayden, who's caught in a strong, I think it was Josh Saunders' tackle. Ethan Baker, excuse me. Tossed up by the umpire. Comes to the back of the stoppage. Clean hands to Davis. Bundles one inside 50. Bosley fends off one, fends off two. The handball missed Dylan. Hayden being terrific. Chipping ball. O'Neill does a good job attacking the footy. Ball comes wider still. Good contest between Maloney and Woods. Cunningham nudges his man under it. Maloney gets kicking in danger against going the way of Blair, excuse me. Brett Blair with the footy. He's got near it a few times today, just hasn't had a clean run at it. Blair goes deep towards Bosley. Had about 4 to beat in the air though. Ball's out of play. So 14-19, 103 Leopold to 6-3-39. Dare say the inquest is already starting at Donald Reserve.
Leopold have had 40 clearances for the match, plus 21 to South Barwon 19, if my observation's correct, but with Trent West in the ruck, you'd think that'd be a pretty good chance with him having 57 hitouts.
So Dwyer with the shot on goal. Left footer, so it's a tough angle for him. Riley Dwyer. But that does not matter because he's threaded it. We've seen 2 fantastic goals from that pocket today. First from Max Reuter. And now from Riley Dwyer, who kicks his second for the Swans.
That was a superb goal. Unfortunately, it's not going to do anything on the margin, but nice little consolation prize.
14-19, 103 to 7-3-45. Back in the middle, Maloney and Davis, a couple of good friends there too on opposing sides. Davis to Herbert. Dumps one towards Bosley. Thumped by Thompson. Got a big fist in Pepper. Chipping ball to Scott, who thinks about playing on and thinks better of it. Sam Scott, an important part of the Leopold midfield. Just his 4th game of the season. Short ball over the top to Marcus Thompson. Squaring ball towards Boyd. Caldo chopped it off. Here's the goal kicker Dwyer. Ball towards Jarvis wasn't the best. Saunders.
Wow.
Look at that. Oh, crunched. Probably could have got a free kick against him. Herbert found Driver by hand. Driver kicks to Bosley, didn't quite make it. Sliwa was there too. Maloney. High up and under footy. Scott against Herbert. Falls to Davis, to Cunningham. Dwyer had a fumble. Might cost him. Strong tackle by Baker. They go to work again. Mulroney for South Barwon. Towards Blair and Jarvis. Jarvis controls with one arm. Pitcher first on the scene for Leopold. Exel does a good job. Runs with it in front of the South Barwon bench. McHenry looping handball over the top. Strong tackle on Reuter. And holding the footy is the decision.
Tackling pressures really lifted this quarter from South Barwon 7-2. Plus 5 in that department with Madigan's tackle.
Madigan to Sliwa, who marks.
Nice little passage of play there. Bit of reward for effort there with Sliwa. He was more playing as a half-back winger, and now he's drifted forward late in this quarter and can possibly bring back the margin.
Sleever. Just his 6th game of the season. Missed a couple of weeks over the St Mary's and Lara games. Sleever left foot up. Doesn't look great off the boot. In fact, doesn't make the journey. Thumped out of play.
Clearance numbers for the quarter have been pretty tight. Leopold lead 5 to South Barwon 4.
So brought back in. Comes down to ground level. Clearance came from Thompson, I think it was. Strong mark by Jai Walker. Up against Sexton. Enjoying a great year, Jai Walker. Handballs to Joel Maloney. Ball to pitcher wasn't great. Ball out of play. So 14-19. 103 to 7-3. 45. That's all thanks to Red Onion and Harvey Norman, of course. Great supporters of AFL Barwon and local footy in general. There's a whistle, free kick going to Josh Saunders. He's tried hard. They might have even released Hayden in this second half, I reckon. Will.
Yeah, he has still been able to accumulate a lot of the ball. Riley Hayden, even without that run with roll, but
yep.
Josh Saunders has been gallant.
Woods to Francis. Little one to Driver. Wasn't a great kick. Up in the air. It's probably a free kick against the South Barwon man, but nothing doing. Leopold still emerged with it. Cross. Chisels one to Ruggles. Still fighting hard at this late stage. Pepper. Maloney. Walker all by himself. Right in front of us. Jai Walker. Kick towards Boyd.
Oh, wow.
Was touched. Play on was the call. Got his hands clear. Maloney spins out of trouble. That was Joel. Sam Scott tumbles it towards Walker. Patton was upended. Nicely done by Lockie Cartledge. Free kick going South Barwon's way though, and Josh Saunders is the man. Drives it to Blair. O'Neill. Strong tackle by Marcus Thompson. Fantastic tackle by him. It's been terrific again, Marcus Thompson. Tossed up right in front of us. Dylan stripped of it. Maloney tackled by Saunders of the ball up.
Just to move around the grounds while there hasn't been too much action. This is probably 10 minutes ago. St Mary's 16-11, 107 to Grovedale 8-6, 54.
Tossed up West. Hangs up. Marcus Thompson dribbles across the line and out of play.
Other games, St Joey's 21-16, 142 to Lara 3-5, 23. Newtown 7-5, 47 to St Albans 2-2, 14. Geelong West Giants of 10-13, 73 to Ballpark 15, 105.
West. Sexton. High footy. Flyers wanted here. Davis against Cross. Dwyer was wrapped up quickly. Cross again. Davis again. He and Cross go to battle. Another ball up.
And the last game, Colac 17-19, 121 to North Shore 6-2, 38.
Nearly 100 points down at Central Reserve. West again. In the path of Walker. Dwyer, gang tackled. Nearly holding the footy. Thompson tries to burst clear. Couldn't get through Herbert.
Last 5 minutes hasn't really moved, has it? I was right in front of us, been real congested.
I think both teams are a bit tired here.
Yeah, it's exactly right.
South Barwon a couple down on the bench and warm conditions too. Jarvis hooks it over his shoulder towards Davis. Dwyer did a good job to get it to Madigan, who finds Saunders by hand. Josh Saunders takes 2 bounces and then little ball. Oh, Bosley should have gone out in the hands. Bounced off his chest. Strong tackle on pitcher. Should be holding the footy. Nothing doing. Herbert got a foot to it. Dwyer got it clear. Madigan finds O'Neill, who goes back to Herbert, who straightens up and kicks across the face and through for a minor score. 2 goals, 1 for Louis Herbert. And Andrew Bosley announced the Vic Country team midweek, as I mentioned earlier. Driven wide by pitcher. Walker up early. Hayden. Look at Jai Walker. He runs up and down this flank.
He works hard.
Chisling ball to Ruggles. Oh, he tried to get Woods out the back, but while the old veteran knew what he was trying to do, did well to Sexton, who drives it to Blair. Good kick. Found him in the middle of the ground, and then he finds Herbert, who'll get a free kick.
Nice reward for effort there from South Barwon. And look, they're not going to win the game, but they have been quite good in this last quarter, especially the last 10 minutes, which is what you want to take into next week's game and training for next week. So even though they are still losing this quarter, if they can kick this one with Herbert, it'll be really good for the next couple of weeks.
Louis Herbert for his 3rd goal. He's kicked that nicely. Straight through. South Barwon's 8th goal. Might even be their 9th. Louis Herbert with his 3rd. Sorry, it was their 8th goal, excuse me. 14-19, 103 to 8 for 52.
Possessions wise, real close. South Barwon lead 2 possessions for this quarter. Leopold +1 for clearances. Leopold +3 for inside 50s, and South Barwon +5 for tackles.
First time South Barwon have kicked consecutive goals since the start of the first quarter. Strong grab by Francis. Mulroney started off well in the first half, but
Did fade a little bit, but
yeah, he's probably lacking that little bit of match fitness, but
yep.
shows a bit. Short ball to Caldo. Cunningham. Kick smothered. Hogan upended. Jarvis taps it to Blair. To Davis. Back to Blair. Run into a couple. Exel. Handball misses Maloney and it's out of play. So 23 minutes gone then in this final term.
There's going to be some sore bodies at the end of this, Buzz. Trying that for sure.
It's been a pretty contested style of game, hasn't it? Exel caught with it. Blair got it to Mulroney. Finds Dillon. Dillon drives it only as far as Thompson. Trent Thompson chips over the top. Finds Cartledge. Swings it wide back to Trent Thompson, who in turn finds Exel. Jaden Exel at half back. Dying stages of this one. Fantastic effort this by Leopold with an undermanned team. Missing names like Jai Thompson, Kev Burke, Mitch Patton, Sam Hughes and Tom Gordon. This is some sort of effort against a side we all think will be taking part in finals action, but today throws that in a little bit of doubt, I would think.
Doesn't just say
They've fallen short against St Mary's and Leopold in the last 3 weeks. South Barwon.
I think Max Reuters. Oh, both just scraping.
Yep.
Doesn't just say a statement, Buzz, but also just displays that how good their list is and the depth they have to have eight or so players come in and play their role beautifully against the quality opposition.
Ruggles limping off, but I think that's just cramp. Just on this near side here, he doesn't look in any great discomfort. I think it is just cramp. Be a few tired bodies, as you say, Will. 25 minutes tick by. Pitcher. He's a goal mouth. Short ball chopped off by Brett Blair.
Good effort there from South Barwon. It was about time it was going to eventually happen. They probably had 15 or so kicks. Leopold in their back half just trying to take time off the clock, and eventually great reading of play there by Blair, and deserves a goal.
South Barwon have kicked the 2 goals this quarter. Chance for a third here to outscore Leopold actually for the term. Blair never looked likely. His first score of the afternoon in actual fact. Brett Blair, 9 goals for the year. Kicking comes to half back. Maloney was up early, sorry, it was Sam Boyd. Ball will be tossed in. Wilbur, players of the day, mate. Who's caught your eye this afternoon?
Can't really go past Tom Ruggles, but I thought Joel Maloney's also been pretty good in the midfield. Trent West has been pretty good as well. They've all played their roles, to be honest, but probably them 3 players have been the best. Possibly Lucas Boyd, maybe. Exel hasn't been bad.
Jarvis just threw the ball straight into the head of Jaden Exel. They paid a free kick.
Yeah. He hasn't been too bad himself.
Exel, yeah, he's been good. There's a South Barwon player down, Baker, too. Just on the wing there. Not sure what happened there. It was a bit silly by Jarvis. Just gently threw the ball into the back of...
it's just frustration, really.
Yep. Long ball towards Boyd. Took 2 to get him down. Mulroney went without it. Maloney again. Scott. Cunningham. West, long way down for him. Tom Scott. Herbert. Does well to Driver, who's caught. Holding the footy, jeez. There we go, Maloney and Driver going at it. Ball finds Woods.
Louis Herbert thought it's been good as well for the opposition.
He's probably been South Barwon's best, hasn't he? He and Sexton.
Yeah.
Turned over. Walker.
Riley Hayden's been good as well.
Scott. That's a nice way. No, missed it. Thought I was going through. I was going to say it would have been a nice way to finish. 4 behinds for Sam Scott today, can you believe? Not a known goal kicker at all. He's been the main culprit. Lucas Boyd's kicked 3, and so Sam Boyd
kicked
3 behinds.
Had so many opportunities, and I mean, if they were able to kick straight, they would have kicked probably 25 goals, which would even set even more of a statement. Could have been a 100-point thumping.
Woods, the kick miss. Caldo sums up their day. Boyd jumps inside. Maloney coughed it up to Herbert. Blair. Thompson did well. Crossy, did well. Holding the footy is a decision. Got the way Riley Dwyer, who's tried hard. Got Driver on the outer side. Finds him now. Short ball over the top to O'Neill. Kelly O'Neill has a runner in Sleewer, who has his lookalike in Madigan. On the outer side, kicks deep. It's a good effort by Bosley against 3. Nearly outmarked all of them. Ball's at the top of the goal square. Cross did well. Here he is, Hayden, your man. A lovely delivery too to Alex Maloney. Alex Maloney shifts it to Boyd. Clean pair of hands. And right on the final siren, it's a statement victory by the Leopold Lions. 14-20, 104 against South Barwon. 8-5, 53. It's a Huge win by Leopold. Just quickly before we sign off for the day, goal kickers for Leopold. 4 for Tom Ruggles, 3 for Lucas Boyd, 2 for Sam Boyd, and singles to Joel Maloney, Tom Scott, Riley Hayden, Max Reuter, and Riley Patton. For South Barwon, 3 for Louis Herbert, 2 for Andrew Bosley, 2 to Riley Dwyer, and 1 to Ethan Baker. Cements Leopold's place inside the top 5. They will go ahead of South Barwon now. It's their 5th win, and South Barwon are on 5 wins as well. But with that draw against Newtown, they of course get a couple of points to that too. So big win for Leopold. Wilbur, thank you for your work today.
Pleasure.
Been sharp as always.
Went bad yourself.
Thank you. Save me saying it. Leopold 14-21-04. They've got over the top of South Barwon 8-5-53 in a dominant performance. We'll see you next week for the Battle of the Bridge in the BFL, Ocean Grove and Barwon Heads. We'll see you then.